Hello everyone, welcome to the CodersTrust live session. I'm Tariq Mahmoud here for conducting today's session, and I hope you are watching my screen properly and listening my voice also. So just please ensure that everything is okay in your end. If you have any problem to see my screen or to listen my voice, you can just comment here in the comment section. If you are logged in with your Gmail account, you can easily comment here. So if you have any problem, you can comment, just comment here. Well, before going to the main session, I just want to show something about the settings, which is important to make sure that you are seeing the right resolution of the screen. So just click on the settings icon here and choose the quality option and select 360 or 480 or 720, but not 240 or 144, because those actually for the low resolution and you cannot see the screen properly. So please just make sure that you are selecting 360 or above, not below this 360. I hope you are selecting the proper selection for your screen. Well, today's topic is about basic concept on CSS selectors. That means actually how selectors works and the relation between the HTML and CSS, actually how established using the selectors, and also developing a landing page. That means a simple landing page, just creating a different section like the one-page website and using some flat UI colors. And finally, I just will add some animation to make it better in interaction. Okay, I'm just checking your comment before starting the main session. Well, no comment. Hopefully, everything is going fine at your end. So no worry if you have any problem, just comment. I will check your comment very loudly. So first one is actually what is selector. Well, before that, I just want to share that you are seeing that my .css included in my HTML. That means I will do my CSS in the my CSS folder, and also there is a jQuery library which actually we will use for the animation purpose later in the session. Okay, so let's take H1 tag. So like welcome, and this for the H1. Now I want to do something with the welcome message here. So you can see just a flat welcome with black color, but I want to make it like the font size should be increased and the color also be changed here. So I can write the selector for the CSS here for H1. So I'm using the tag directly H1. So I just want to give the different color like in here, and also I want to give the font size like 72 pixel here. So now the output should be like this one. So you can see the welcome and the font size is bigger. So I just using the selector directly H1. So I have used H1 here, and I just write some code for H1 here. So this is the tag selector directly, but I want to use another selector which is called. Okay, I'm just making another tag with these two, and this is something here. For the H2, I just want to the ID here. So like the ID should be pattern. Well, for this ID, I'll write some CSS also. So for ID, we should use the hash. And so this hash. So our ID name is title, and I want to give the color like yellow and font size like 48 pixel. Okay, so let's check the output now. So you can say this is the H2, but we didn't use the H2 directly in the CSS. That means we just use the ID selector using the hash. So you have to remember that whenever using the tag directly, we don't have to use anything like the hash or dot. We just need to use this directly here. But whenever you are using the ID, so we have to use this hash. Now I will do another thing like h3. This is another title using a selector. Okay, so for this one, I just use the class like it can be like T. Okay, so for the T class, I'm writing some CSS also. So this can be like color. So this color can be like arrow here. Also, I just want to give some font size like font size should be 40 pixel. Okay. Now, so you can see this is the another title using the class selector. That means we use three selector here. First one is directly the tag. The second one is for the title, is the ID, and the last one is the class. So we have used three. For the tag, we don't have to use anything like hash or dot. For the ID, we have used the hash, and for the class, we have used the dot. Another selector also available here, which is called a group selector. For example, we just want to write the same thing for these three selectors. So we can write here like that h1 hash title and dot t. So for those three, I just want to give some the same background color. So for example, the black. So you can see now I'm just writing the same CSS background color for these three types of selector. So for H1, for the title, and for the T class. So just giving the comma separated, and those called the group selector. Now let's check the background color. So you can see. So now they're getting same background color black because I implemented the group selector and giving the same background color for all those three selectors here. So I hope you get understand what's about the selector. The first one is the tag selector directly, and this is the ID selector, and the last one is the class selector. And also we can use the group selector together every selector just using the comma. Okay, now I'll go for the second part. That means the developing a landing page. Before that, I just want to ensure that you are watching my speaker properly. Okay, no comments. That means everything is fine, I hope. Well, just I'm removing all those stuff now. Now I'll create a landing page. Actually, before that, I just want to say something about the landing page. What is landing page? A landing page basically is home page. That is when we enter into a website. The page actually we receive for the first time. It is called landing page or home page or something because a landing page basically means in which page the visitor land, lands, that is the lens visit the first time. It can be actually home page or either page. Uh, for example, in some website you can see there is an introductory landing page just showing a big picture and some welcome message, but not the home page. And when you are just click on the details or continue, then you can see the main home page of the website. So a landing page can be a home page, or it can be actually itself a separate landing page. And after getting doing something in the landing page, and you can enter into the home page also. And landing page basically are used for the upcoming website, like the website is not ready or just it's showing something not fully featured website created. So landing page showing that actually what the website is about, some uh, introductory message and some features also. Okay, so for this landing page, for example, I just want to create some section of the landing page. The first one, I can take a div here. I can give the class header. So this should be header. In the header, there will be something like a welcome message here. So I can the message write welcome to CodersTrust here. And for this header section, I will write some CSS now. I don't need those stuff. Oh, so the background color, I will give some color from my flat UI colors. I'm just introducing what is the flat UI color. You can go to this one. This basically used in the latest trend. That means those colors is useful when you're creating the flat colors website, and those colors actually are best for fitting the flat UI colors. So you can use any colors combination from this site here. So for the first introductory, I just want to use this color. Okay. And also the weight should be 100%. Then also giving some height also. It can be around 150 pixel and also floating, so that actually not fall over in other deep here. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Well, you can see the work on the border press, but there is something here. You can see there's some spacing around this div, though we haven't any margin or padding for the div. Actually, because those for default comes from the body tag, so we have to reset those body margin 0 and padding 0 also. I hope now it will fix those things. Okay, now it's perfect. Now I'll make this welcome message center the div, also give some font size to make it larger, also give the different color. For the flat UI colors, actually basically it is the white color. You can see the all the colors, actually text color is white because the white is perfectly matched with the flat colors. So I will setting the global color in the body tag, the white. Well, and for the H2, that means this H2 under the header div, so you can just keep the size like 48 pixel. Also the text element center to make text in the center. Okay. I think the text element center is not working here because yeah, I have used the H1, not the H2 actually. So so this is the introductory message here in the header div. Now, in the second dip, I can include some other message like why learn and earn with the correctors, just some feature of this correctors here, and there also some video also. So I can take another section of dip here. So pass like about. For this about, I write some CSS also. Also in some background color, and I select the color from the flat UI colors. And for selecting color, I am using this color picker add-ons in the Firefox. You can install the add-ons from here. You can see just here. You can see just click on this add-ons, and you can add this add-ons, which name is the color picker. So I'm just using this color picker and creating selecting these colors. Okay, and also the width should be 100%. Should be font left. And also I'm giving some height also. So the height should be increased here. It can be like 50 pixel. Okay. So I am setting this HTML. Okay. So that it has been created. But now I'll put some content here in this div. So it should be like this H2, and I'm just using this demo text here. And also a description here. So I'm just for description, I'm using the p tag here. Okay. So let's check it here. So you can just simple, but those are not centered and the font size is not perfect. So I keep the CSS here to the about H2 and T. So about H2, text align should be center. The font size should be like 46 pixels. And for the P, that means the description, also the font size should be like 24 pixel, color already white, don't need to give it here, and the text line also center. Okay, now let's check here. It's now it is more perfect. Well, in the third section, I'll create another one, which is actually how it works. So how it works, it will have something after that. So taking another div here, div plus how it works. Actually, I'm just giving the relative class name to make it meaningful, but actually you can use any class name here. So it is not like that, and you have to use this exact class name to all the information related. Okay, in this how it works, actually I'll make it two div here. That for the on the left side, in the right side. In the left side, there will be some description like this one, and in the right side there will be an YouTube embedded video here. So first I just making the how it works div here. So how it works and the background color emails that UI colors again. So using this color. And the width actually should be the same here, 100% for that. And finally, the height, like 300. Okay, so I will It has been created, but I think I didn't save this here. Okay. And in the left part, there is some description here. So I am taking another div here, like div class left, left section, and another div for the right section. So just taking here, right section. Okay. The left section, there is a title here, so I can use H3 for the title, like how it works. And also a description here. So for the description, I just copying this text from the my text file. So this is the description here. Okay. So this is the left section. So left section should be in the left side, and it will be 50% of the total is screen. So I can give like 50% and put left here. Okay. Oh, I'm not set this one also. Okay, you can see this left foot, but it is not properly aligned, and there are some issues in the front side also. So let's page 3, and this should be like same again. Text in center, font size 40 pixel, and for this left section, that is a description, text and also center, and I can increase the font size here by 4 pixel. Okay, now it's perfect. So this is the left part. I have made this, and for the right part, there is a embedded video here. So for the right part, I will just write some CSS also. The right section. So right section, it should be the float right, and white should be 50% also. Okay. And in the right part, there is an embedded video. So now I will show you how to embed a video from the YouTube. For example, I just want to embed this video here. So just click on the share, and you can see in there is another option is embed. Just click on it, and you can see there is an iframe here. Just copy this code here and paste in our right section just here. Okay, you can see that with this 560, the height is 315, but our deep actually the how it works is 300 pixels, so I need to make it smaller. So I can make it like 250. Also reduce this one like 480. Okay, so let's check here. So you can see now actually the video is imported here, but I need some spaces, so it should put perfect. So for right section, I will give some padding here, like padding top around 25 pixel. Okay. So now it's perfect. There is some space in this top part, and the video is embedded properly. Okay, now finally I will just create another section which is actually for the join now. So for this, how it works is completed, about completed, header completed, and finally this is like join. So in the join, just there will be a message like h2 one join, and there will be a button here and like join now, and there is a text like join now here. For this join, you'll write some CSS also. So it can be like here, you take a color from gain from this flat here colors. So taking this color, so background, and for this weight 100% for that, and the height like okay. So this is for the join, and in the join there is h2 here. So you can see this. I want to make it center and also make the font size bigger here. So for the join h2, text element center, font size like 48 pixel. And there another thing which is to join now. So this button. So you can say this button here, join now. And for this join now, I will use a background color, this one. And also, I'll give some width also like 1 pixel and color white. Color we can get from this one, but there is a problem. Yeah, you can see the color is not white because we are using the anchor tag, that is a tag, and for a tag there is a default text decoration and the color, so we have to ensure that the color is also white. So and also the text decoration none, display block, and margin 0 auto to make it center. Okay, you can see the Gemini button, but I think that it should be larger, not 150. It should be like 180. Okay, and there should be some height also for this one. So can give the height like 40 pixel, some padding top 5 pixel, and also the font size like 40 pixel. Okay, so you can see this giant now here, but still there's some problem in the space, so it is actually 190. Okay, that's perfect. And also there should be some padding in the left or right side. Oh, there is a problem because I'm giving this 120, so you can make it 140. Okay. Also the text element center. Okay, so the button are created now properly. So there are four sections: the introduction and something, some introductory message and information and how it works, and there's some embedded video, and finally there's a join button. So this is a structure of the simple landing pages. Now I will put some animation to make it more attractive here. Okay, before that, I just want to ensure that you are watching properly. Okay, I think everything is going fine. So now I'll create some animation. For this purpose, I will use this animation now named is wow.js. The name is actually tells what's the purpose of this plugin. So I'm just this name is wow.js, and you have to use the how to use here. So I can get the complete documentation. So first I have to include a CSS file here, animate.css or HTML, and make some animate.css. So in my CSS folder, I've already downloaded this Wow plugin and CSS and the library animate.css, and I will keep it in my CSS folder. It's already here, so I don't need to use it again. So this is the animate.css. And the second one is I have to include wow.me.js, so I can also get it from this wow.me.js. Just copying here and pasting in my JS. It is already here also, that I'm replacing this one also. So I'm including this wow.me.js. And you have to ensure that you have already included this jQuery library, because it's all if you have to run any jQuery plugin, you have to include it, this one obviously, because without this one actually no jQuery plugin will work. So you have to ensure that you have included this jQuery library before the other plugin included in this HTML file. So jQuery, wow.min.js, and animate.css. I hope it's done now. Just calling this plugin, that means this line actually initialize this plugin here. So I'm just copying this code and pasting here. Okay, so now the plugin is called, but now I will actually use word animation. For this animation, they are using the CSS animation class animate.css, and we have to give the class wow. That means, for example, I just want to give some animation in the welcome message, so I have to give the class wow. And also I have to make the class another class like what effect actually I want to use. For example, I just want to bouncing up. Okay, so I just want to use this bouncing up, so I have to make this class in this or let's bounce in up. I have already solution because I have included the animator CSS here. So let's check the animation. So you can see it is now bouncing. Yeah. So now for this second part, for about, also I will do some animation like wow. Wow is compulsory because we have to keep this for all the elements if you want to make it animate. So wow is compulsory. Now I'll provide another animation class like just checking actually it can be perfect. Okay, rotating. I'm not sure rotating is available here. Yes, rotating. And for the T, I am just making wow fade in left. Okay, and just using the every class together here. And for the left section, also I can keep like wow, bounce and left. For the right section, also bounce in right. And finally, for the join, you bow, flash or flip. Okay. Well, let's take the final output here. Yes, that's perfect. Uh, I think join now button is not perfect. The save is actually making it port. So I'm just giving like bouncing, bouncing will be perfect. Okay. So our animation also done. So it is actually a base landing page. It's just simply we can use for our upcoming website or a simple website that we want to show something about the brand here. So it is perfect using the flat UI colors. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have any questions or regarding to this session, you can ask here. And I'm also showing something about the CodersTrust main one. Actually, what CodersTrust is doing here. So CodersTrust basically a Denmark-based company which is working in many countries. Actually, it is now global. It's working in Bangladesh, India, Malaysia, Bhutan, Kosovo, Kenya. So new countries adding day by day, and the main purpose actually providing IT skills and also prepare the students for working in the marketplaces, that means the global marketplaces like the freelancer, Upwork, and others. And also there are also many students who have completed the courses successfully and started working in the marketplaces, and there are 24 support here. You can see this support. There's support team if you have any questions regarding the CodersTrust or any students actually have any problem. Actually, just can get support from the support team here. And also there are expert team for those actually who are going to start working in the marketplaces. So if he faces any problem like in the project or client dealing, so he can get support from the expert team also. And there are some courses available here, like the coding skill, the soft skill, which includes the writing good proposals, placing bids, dealing with clients, and freelancing skills. And the coding skill includes like the front-end development, HTML, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, also the backend like the PHP, MySQL, and others Android application. So the collaborators are not only actually providing this IT trainer, also making ensure that all the students are getting properly qualified and can get the work in the global marketplaces also. So they're preparing the students those for this standard, the high standard. That means they can compete with other programmers in the world. So who are actually interested or passionate to explore their skill and work in the global marketplace. And I think Lotus will be a great choice to proceed with. Okay, so this about today's session. I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have any questions later, you can just comment here. I'll try to just reply back in the later. And whoever joined the uh, session later, don't worry. If you missed any portion, you can just see the whole session recorded in the same URL. So when I will complete the session, you see the whole session recorded in the same URL. So just refresh the URL and you see the whole session. Well, I hope see you again later in this another session. So till then, take care. Goodbye. Good night.